Well, hey folks, how y'all doing? Welcome back, an old man in the land of grills. Yeah, you read the descriptions. The Kamado Joe Kettle Grill. This is brand new for 2021, and we're going to do some questions asked, questions answered, and of course, if you have more questions, please feel free to ask your questions, and I'll answer them down in the comment section. But you folks have been phenomenal with your questions, and there's a lot of them that seem to be reoccurring. So I figured if some of you've got these questions, I bet you a lot of you have got these same questions. So let's get into it. Let's talk about this Kamado Joe Kettle Grill. Gosh, I have a hard time saying that. With the hyperbolic cooking chamber. Oh my gosh. All right, first question. A lot of people are asking more about the hyperbolic smoke chamber. The Kamado Joe people are calling this the slow roller, and they have a version of this for their ceramic grills, but this is a bigger version for this Kettle Joe. And you know, folks, until we actually cook on it, I don't think we're going to 100% understand it. So they call it a hyperbolic smoke chamber insert, which harnesses the power of cyclonic airflow technology to control heat and smoke at smoking temperatures. So there you have it. Apparently, and I'm just telling you what I read here, that this was developed by some students at Harvard. And I don't know if they're marketing students or if they're engineering students, but it's a heck of an idea. And you know, a lot of people have asked, does this fit a Weber 22-inch? And yes, it does. I showed that in one of the very first videos on this, and we will try it on the Weber and we're going to try it. Our first cook is coming up here in just a couple days here on the Kettle Joe using it. I've got a huge, I just picked it up today, a really nice sized chuck roast that we're going to indirect in the middle right here using the hyperbolic chamber called the slow roller. So let's answer a couple more questions. All right, next question is, do you just use lump charcoal in this, or can you go ahead and use briquettes? And I don't see any reason why you couldn't use briquettes. I mean, there's no reason you can't use briquettes in a ceramic, in a Kamado either. It's just that, you know, lump always works better in there. But, you know, I think we'll probably eventually try both. But our first cook, we're definitely going to use, I've got the B&B lump, you know, I like that stuff. And we definitely will be using that. Let's get on to some other questions. All right, next question is about the Sloan Seer. I had more than a couple of people ask, hey, does the Sloan Seer fit on there? Now, there is no bottom charcoal grate like there is on a Weber kettle. You know, you've got the charcoal basket here, and it's not going to fit in the charcoal basket. But guess what? If you left the charcoal basket in, the Sloan Seer would fit right there, and then your grill grate is on top. Or you could put the hyperbolic chamber on, but I don't know what that would do to the whole dynamics of the whole hyperbolic thing. But does it fit? Yeah, it fits. How would you use it? Boy, I'll tell you what, sure would be interesting, wouldn't it? And I think we eventually will use the the Sloan Seer on this. This is blowing my mind that it fit. I hadn't even tried this out. So we will try that, folks. But yes, it does fit. All right, I know I was foolish here. If you're going to put the Sloan Seer on, why not the dripping griddle? Yeah, the dripping griddle fits in there too. The possibilities are endless. All right, next one, you can see it. Does the Weber Rotisserie fit on here? And actually, the Weber Rotisserie, it does fit on there. And I've got the Weber kettle lid on there. And I haven't tried, I tried a little bit, but I didn't want to do any damage here. But I tell you what, let me take the lid off and see if I can make an adjustment to make the Kamado Joe Kettle Grill with the hinge work on the Weber Rotisserie. All right, I had to pull a pin and raise up the hinge just a little bit and then lock it down. Remember, it's got that locking lever on the back, which makes it totally adjustable. And look at that. Actually fits pretty nice. So yeah, does the, can you put the Weber Rotisserie on the Kamado Joe Kettle Joe? Yeah, yes you can. Pretty cool. Well, a couple of you asked, will the charcoal basket with the fire brick in it, will that fit in a Weber kettle? And that's with the charcoal basket, the charcoal grate on the bottom. Let's take that out and see what happens here. Remember, we have 4 tabs down there. This is a one kettle that I restored, and so it kind of fits. However, these handles are going to be above your grill grate position. And hang on. I'll throw everything away here and go crazy, but yeah, does it fit? Yeah, you'd have to do a couple little modifications to get it to work, but yeah, I mean, sure, it fits. Probably best. Well, there. That's probably the closest it's gonna fit. And then you put your kettle lid over that, and so yeah. Can you take your Weber kettle and give it some thermal mass and maybe turn it into a little bit of a of a ceramic cooker? Not a bad idea, hey? All right, a couple of people asked me for an update. Obviously, mine came damaged. All the tabs were bent up toward the lid from shipping, and the ceramic coating has come off. I went back and forth a little bit with Kamado Joe on this. I don't honestly think they understood. In fact, I think some of the people that they have working for them in their warranty department maybe don't even aware that this grill, because they were asking me for dimensions, from for a Kamado, and this isn't. It's a Kettle grill that's trying to be a Kamado. It's a hybrid. That's a Kettle and a Kamado. But anyway, what they came back with is that they're going to send me a whole new bottom section here. So yeah, I'm happy with that. That's good customer service, and it'll take care of all the issues that we got when we got this grill. All right, for those of you who didn't watch the first video, Tom Horsman at YouTube, where I showed that this slow roller attachment, or the hyperbolic chamber, does fit on a regular Weber 22-inch, and that's going to be some interesting cooking right there to see what we can make a Weber 22-inch do with that insert in there. I think it's pretty cool. All right, so a couple of people asked what's the height difference, or what's the distance between the top of the grate and that diffuser plate that's in there. So that is, as you can see, that's about 1.5 inches. So, we got to talk about that a little bit, because how are you going to handle grease on this thing? It does have raised, here, we'll just take one of the grates off here. It does have a raised thing here, but it also has holes in it. So, and I don't know if that's part of the whole hyperbolic technology type dealio there, but I am going to line this with aluminum foil. I'll poke the holes up from below so that I can maybe try and contain the grease in there. If I could find a small aluminum, aluminum pan to put in this area that was only 1.5 inches high, I would do that too. Maybe I'll look on Amazon, see what I can find. But the key is going to be, trying to keep the grill clean and not letting the grease fall down into the charcoal and potentially starting a grease fire. So that could be an issue. Also thought about why not try and attach something from below. So if this is the top and this is the bottom, and you've got these 4 holes, why not try and hang something? The catch the grease coming from those holes, and that's not a bad idea either. And maybe that's something that Kamado Joe could look at as an attachment, because I think the grease is got to build and go over, so it's going to go through these holes first before it gets to this outer channel right here. So we will work on that, folks. So I tell you what, let's keep on moving here. All right, folks, I talked about putting a felt high heat felt gasket. I'm still going to do that. And if you're wondering, I get a lot of people asking me all the time what I'm using. I'm using this Fireblock. Get this off of Amazon. It's 1/2 by 1/8 inch, and this stuff is self-sticking. And I definitely want to do this before my first cook, and let it sit overnight just to set it, and then that'll give us a really good seal here, whether it's on the kettle portion down below or on the hyperbolic slow roller attachment up here. I'm super excited about this grill, folks. I'll tell you, I can't really say enough how excited I am to cook on it and to try out all this new technology. I think it's a cool looking grill, and I'm pleased with customer service, how they're handling how they're handling the chips on the inside. And I'm also shocked by what we can also put in there, that it does fit the Sloan's here. And it does fit the rotisserie, the Weber rotisserie. I think that just opens up a world of possibilities for this grill. Folks, I'll tell you what, if I didn't answer your question, ask it in the comment section and I'll answer your questions. Thumbs up, leave a comment, and as always, folks, appreciate you watching. Tom Horsman at YouTube. Take care and enjoy.